Hello shed mates and welcome to another hobby shed. In this video I'm going to be taking a very quick look at none other than Combat Patrol, because I've had my first delivery. And not only that, it's raining. There's not much you can do when it's raining, but it is quite nice to come out here and listen to the rain on the roof, and maybe I'll try and get a bit of the ambient for you so you can have a listen. So yeah, I've got the first two issues. I'm not going to turn this channel into this is me painting Combat Patrol for the next 2 years. We're not going to do that. What I am going to do though is maybe just have a play with this first delivery to coincide it with. I've bought another copy, but I've also got these models from the 10th edition starter set. So in essence, I've got 3 copies of these models. So 3 of the Space Marine Space Marine Captain, and 3 of the Hive. What do you call it? What is he? The Winged Tyranid Prime, there you go. I've got 3 of them. So my plan was to potentially paint 3 different Space Marine Captains and 3 different Hive Tyrants. Tyranid Primes. Painting 3 of the Primes. That was my plan. Okay, so I've already picked the first Space Marine Captain, which is going to be a Space Wolf. That's predominantly the main chapter that I do, okay? I'm also probably going to do a Raven Guard, and I'm also probably going to do Death Watch, because they're kind of elements that I've done before and they can coincide with units and forces that I have. I've never really collected NIDs before, except for a smattering of Gene Stealers and Gene Stealer cults over the years. So I'm just going to see which one I like the best and go from there, really. I'll probably stick to, you know, your standard templates to start with and go from there. So all I'm going to do in this video is just the build. I'd like to tackle, you know, these models later on, and do them as a separate video. So that's what we'll do. So yeah, let's no messing about. Let's get on with the build. Okay, so decided to stick with the arm that's got the box magazine on it. So let's just get that decked out next. Okay, so what I need to make sure now is that that covers over. Oh, it's slightly too big, so I may have to file that down somewhat. Get it in. So look at the Dremel. We'll put this on the. Get this to the deck and I'll file this down a bit. Okay. We got to work on it. What I might do is get it in place and then see how it looks. Something along those lines with the almost like a diamond goes there, won't they? So we shall go with that. Alright, first thing we need to do, let's remove this. Then we'll Dremel that down. with bolt arm brazed. Could work. Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with that. Is that gonna fit? That should be all right. Okay. Okay. We'll get this onto there. So first thing I need to do is trim off this excess here. Don't need that. Don't want me stuck inside either. I don't even know why I wedged it in there. So just get that. Yep. And then this bit just need to clip off this piece here. Okay, that piece. Just over the top. I'm going to let that dry and then I'm going to file it some more. I think that's the way forward. Okay, so that's about done. I'm going to call it with where I've got to at this stage. So my next phase is to start a bit of green stuff off. Now I've had this for a while. It's a fur texture plate from Green Stuff World, and I've been itching to have a go of it. Up until now, whenever I've created fur and moulded my own fur, I've used the kind of scalpel method where you kind of drag through the green stuff and keep going until it all kind of points the same way and has a kind of like a fur effect. But I've got high hopes for this fur texture plate, if anything, just to take a bit of that time frame out of it, because it can be quite time consuming, especially if you're doing a collection of different Space Wolf models. So let's see how this goes. So that's that bit. I did also have a bit of difficulty trying to get the Space Wolf Terminator shoulder pads onto the actual model. So what I've had to do is use the Dremel tool and just sort of like smooth the inside out a bit, just to try and make it fit a little bit better. I may need to bang a bit of my plastic polyfiller, whatever it's called. Where is it? Plastic putty. I may have to bang a bit of that into some of the joints just to try and fill it out, but overall we should be quite fine. I think it should work quite well. I'm basically going to do fur over the waistband and to cover the purity seals that kind of drop down through the centre there, and maybe some of the other purity seals I'll just trim off. Yeah, Space Wolves like teeth, not purity seals in my head. Okay, so we're moving forwards. I'm not going to paint this model in this video. I'm going to save that for a later date, and we'll come back to it. But I'm just going to get it built to this stage. And what I might do is do a video where I do all three captains that I've got in a one. But we'll see. Maybe I'll just save it and do the Space Wolves on his own. But we'll see. All right, let's crack on. What the future holds, what tomorrow knows. Now the secret when you're kind of making it pliable now is once it's gone to its green face, have wet fingers. It makes it easier to squish it into place and it won't stick to your fingers. and it'll allow you to get it to where you need it. So I'm going to use it to cover that. Okay. Now at this stage, I might just use my tweezers and dampen the ends, and then just kind of get it where I need it to be. I'm going to keep that skull bit. Okay. Right, never used this before, so if it looks rubbish, we'll just get rid. Try something else. Okay. But it's got a bit of flex to it. And it's got quite a decent rough texture to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wet an area like that. It'll be this area that I try and press into this now. But what I may have to do is take it off again, make it pliable, work it into place again. Do it this side, because that was the way it was kind of going. That looks quite good. So now, actually, I'll do it this side because then it'll flow back better into that area on it. Actually, might need a bit more. Let's just get a bit more. But so far, so good. So far, so good. Couple of areas not quite happy with, so once I've found where my scalpel is, tell you what, I'll just use this. Scalpel seems to be able. Okay, I'm just gonna quickly do the drag method just on the edges. Because I think while it was good, could be better. And I'm just literally nicking the edges with the scalpel. So I think if you had a nice flat surface, probably easier. But you can see I'm just literally nicking the edge with my scalpel just to get it a bit more roughened and around the edges there like that. And get that up into there, look like it's tucked in. And there we go, a fur pelt. I think we'll go with that. Okay, so that's that bit. I'm going to leave that to dry and then I'll come back and give you an overall look-see at how he looks at the end. I've just got a few more bits to stick on, but I'll let that dry and then we'll do the little pièce de résistance circular motion on the end. I'm going to fix this up here like it's one of those little shoulder shields that they have now, and that'll look quite good. So we've got the head to put on, shoulder shield with the talismans, and then the left shoulder piece, the left shoulder pauldron, the left pauldron, there we go. So that'll fix onto there nice and easy. Head in place. Yeah, we're on a winner, we're on a winner. Cooking on gas. Right, I hope you like this. I did, I'll use that again.